All right, guys. Reviewing the game, the last game of our tournament last week versus Hulmeville. First play here, talking about the back three right here. So, you remember about a couple weeks ago in the Delaware game, I was talking about these three backs. We want them coming in to join the attack at times to help give us a more attacking numerical advantage when we have possession of the ball in the opponent's half, right? However, not everybody can go in, and communication is key. So we're going to let this play keep going here. We have the ball. Matt, I love this run right here into this space right here. That's really good. I wouldn't mind if Peter laid this out here and he hits one on target there. I don't mind Peter's decision to beat this guy and take it in. Either both decisions make sense, but really smart run there by Matt. I can't hear it here, but communication is what we want there. Matt would say, I'm sure he's probably saying something to Peter. Got me right. We have to recognize this here, that he's going in, and then we have to shift over to this area here. So we'd have two back here. And let's see how it plays out here. So we get a win there. Get unlucky, lose the ball. Now we're in trouble, right? These two players, and we're caught too high, and leads to them having a really easy goal scoring opportunity. Here, just quick decision on when to punt. Colby makes a save there. And look, their defenders are caught way too high. So this is one of those scenarios when do we build out shorter at the back? When do we send it long? This is a no-brainer. Send it long. They're not in a good position here. We like that matchup again with David's speed in midfield, sending out here for him to run onto it, and it's a no-brainer there to send that punt and go long. Great goal scoring opportunity for us. And all right, here we have an attack with a foul. So there's the foul. And I was talking about that quick restart of play from our tournament last week. So here Peter gets fouled, doesn't mess around, quickly sets the ball down. The defending team is not ready. We have an advantage. Let's play it quick, which he does. So he sends to Nick, who's got all this free space down the wing. And right here, David does an excellent job. You see this defender right here, right there. David is eventually going to make a run behind his back, which I've always talked about and told you guys, off the ball movement. If you can make a run behind somebody, it's going to be harder for them to track you, right? So let's keep watching this. He makes that run right there. Defender's eyes are looking at the ball. Can't see David. Good accurate pass from Nicholas into space. And leads to a goal right there. All stems from that quick restart of play. Really good job of us, taking advantage of that and executing that and, just improving on that so quickly. Exactly what I was talking about. All right, next one here. Talking about receiving body position. I talk about the basics a lot, the technicals. All right, so here, all good, all good. Right here, we receive the ball with our back facing the right side of the field, not an open body position. Miss a great combination opportunity there, and we lose the ball. Watch again here. Receiving position, right there. Getting in line with the ball, the first step of it. First step receiving. Right here, I got to receive with this right foot and be wider with your back facing forward or in a side-on position in order for us to make the best next decision. And if he gets that ball here, you know, we're really looking good with numbers here. Next play. Sometimes I always stress about skill, but look at this play here. We score on this play. All right, we lose the ball right there. So let's watch this. We have two players here, 1, 2, and then we have, of course, our player here, Hudson. There's going to be a loose ball that comes out here. You know, this is one of those things that it doesn't really take skill. It's to out effort somebody, to be more aggressive. This loose ball, look, they're actually closer to it. 1 and 2, they're actually closer to this ball. But Hudson is going to somehow win this. He gets something on it, goes eventually to Ralphie. Ralphie hits excellent shot there in the left, line drive shot in the left side of the goal. But it doesn't happen if we don't hit that, if we don't win that 50-50 ball. Here, another one where we get fouled. Ref calls a foul. Matt wants to play quick, which I like. He's thinking quick. But if I turn the volume up here, you hear me talking about slowing it down. Well, how come here I want us to slow it down versus other times I want us to speed it up? I want us to, off a foul, I want us to have a quick restart and play quick if we have an advantage. Here, we were up a couple goals. It was in the second half. And I didn't see a clear-cut advantage, so I wanted to slow it down. In this situation, you know, we could have went here or to the right wing or Peter in the center. Wouldn't have been a bad decision to play fast here. Just sometimes taking the game situation and opposing strategy or opposing teams set up, all things we take into play. So I wanted us to slow it down, push numbers forward, keep pushing players forward, and this is the look I was aiming for. You know, getting guys in here, throwing up a chip lob pass in this area here and trying to win it. To start that stage, the game was the best strategy. Here we go again with these guys here in the back. Ball's down here. It's in the corner there. Look, all three are pushed up. So you can kind of tell where this is going to go. There's nobody back. It's good that we're looking to get in there and move forward to support the attack, and I want that. I don't want all three guys, defenders, staying in midfield when we have the ball in the opposing team's half. I want one defender to come in and support the attack. If the ball is on the left side of the field, it should probably be the left back. If it's in the right, the ball's in the right, it should be the right that shifts over. If it's in the center, it could be the center back that comes in the joint. Right? So I definitely want that. Just got to communicate better and be aware better of the situation. And, you know, if you're thinking what's going to happen here, it does. You can't see the ball here. It's in the left-hand part of the screen. But they send a long ball out, and it almost cost us here. All right, next play. I was talking about the quick, taking the quick corner. We talked about this, you know, when they're not paying attention, which they aren't. And really good job of us seeing it, and leads to a great goal scoring opportunity from like 10 yards out. All right, build out here. This pass here has to be right here. This pass right here, we want to keep that on the ground because when we send a higher ball here, it puts more stress on our center back, Matt, here in this situation where he's got to be more concerned about just receiving the ball versus being able to look upfield. So that puts loads of pressure on him. Plus, he's got this player here is not even with pressure on him. Makes his job a lot harder. Right here, all right, so nothing open. This is even in a situation where if they're pressing 2, it just goes to show that there's definitely, let's rewind this one more time. Even in a situation where they're pressing 2, if you play quick, there's something open downfield. All right, and here we have Peter open in the space. But we just have to be cleaner in the easier passes early on, and it makes the rest of the game become easier. So here we go there. He already has a man on him. Wasn't the most ideal choice. So Peter there in space, but we have to be cleaner in the simple parts first. Otherwise, everything else becomes harder. All right, last one I want to show is I want to go to I don't know if I'll get a chance to break down this. Either this or the whip paint game I'll break down. But just in case I don't choose this game, I want to look at that goal we scored because it was one of our best goals that we've ever scored. So let's take a look at it. So Nicholas is going to go forward here. No path to go forward. So he finds Peter. Peter, great shoulder drop there. 1v1 win. Great combination. Unselfish play by Ralphie. Really know what looked like we know what we're doing on that play. We played really good in games 2 and 3. I sent a message out about this in the tournament. And the first game versus Whip Pain, our opponent had 3 shots on goal. They scored on all 3 of them. And we had 11 shots on goal. We scored on 1 of them. It came down to us just making errors in the wrong place in the wrong time. Right? And that, anytime you get in a tournament, it is important. You want to get off to a good start, or it just makes things really difficult later on. But we played excellent in game 2, and we're unlucky. And then game 3, we played excellent, and we were rewarded with our efforts with the win. So happy how we played. I know it's not the result we wanted in the tournament, but happy how we played overall. So, all right, I'll get this uploaded. Let me know any questions. And we have this weekend off, and futsal beginning the following week. So, see everybody next week.